Patrick Comer's an absolute beast. They call him Dr. Comer for a reason. He knows it in and out. You know, I call this guy, I try to call him multiple times a day if I can, because I'm trying to beat him. I'm trying to do everything this guy does so I can have what he has, if not more, because I would love to beat him, Calgary. Hell, that's my goal. I'm trying to see these guys at the moon. And this is Patrick Comer, and he's an absolute animal.
How you guys doing tonight? Good, great. Well, thanks for coming out, guys. If you're new, keep an open mind with what you're about to hear. Just realize a good friend of yours has brought you out here to share an opportunity with you, something they think you'd be good at, or maybe possibly need. I know, from my, in my experience with myself, I really needed this to work. I didn't have a whole lot of options, going out there in the real world trying to make money. And I mean, guys, money's not everything, but it ranks right up there with oxygen, right? It's pretty freaking important. So, guys, my whole story. Well, I got involved in this thing was in high school. I was really an ambitious person. How many of you guys had big goals and big dreams in high school? You wanted to go do something big. Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to just go out there and get a job and go to college and do what everybody else was doing. I wanted to go do something different. Possibly be like a professional athlete. I had a dream, playing basketball and football in college. And obviously, I'm not that athletic, so that didn't work out. But I just wanted to go do something different. I was striving for more in life. So, I went to my mom and I'm like, Mom, why are some of my friends, driving around in BMWs? Why are their parents hooking them up with like everything cool? And like, I just got like a shitty truck and like, we don't have a lot of money. I'm like, what's up with that? She's like, well, some of your friends' parents, they make a lot more money than Dad and I. I'm like, well, I want to go do that. I want to go make a whole lot of money. How many of you guys have that kind of that dream or that goal to be like financially free, have time freedom? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like everybody has this. Everybody wants this. And so I asked my mom, what can I do? What can I, what can I get my hands on? Who can I go talk to that can help me, get in this mindset? How can I, have money coming to me? How can I have, financial freedom and time freedom? She said, well, hey, you need to read this book by Robert Kiyosaki. Does anybody know who Robert Kiyosaki is? Yeah. It was a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it really blew my mind because it broke down to me the difference between an employee and an entrepreneur. There's two types of people in this world. Everyone in this room is either one of two people, whether you like it or not. So an employee is somebody that clocks in and clocks out. For most of us, sit in traffic on the way to work and the way back. We listen to people. We have a boss. We don't have a leader. We have a boss. And we have somebody who's telling us what to go do. We don't write our paycheck. Somebody tells us how much we're worth. We have a price tag, slap on our forehead, and we don't have financial freedom. We don't have time freedom. And if we work for 1 hour, like how many of you guys have jobs right now? Yeah. So you guys trade an hour of your time for a certain amount of money, and then once that hour goes by, you never get paid ever again, ever. So that doesn't seem like a great lifestyle, but a lot of us are doing the whole job, right? Because you listen to like your parents or somebody in your life who's influencing you to say, hey, go get a job, right? For the most part, is that why you guys got jobs? Yeah. Because making money with wages and having a job is really the worst way to make a lot of money, especially if you want to make a lot. So I also saw an entrepreneur, what an entrepreneur was. It was somebody that doesn't have a boss. They don't work for a manager. They don't clock in and clock out. They have a leader. They have a mentor, somebody that's teaching them how to go do what they've done. So my mentor is Brad Alcaz. He's a multi-millionaire. I only take advice from multi-millionaires. I don't take advice from anybody who's making anything under like, a $1 million+. I don't listen to them. They don't know how to make money. And I also saw entrepreneurs have a lifestyle. They have money work for them, so they're not a slave to a paycheck. Money comes to them. They've created assets or networks, something that generates them cash flow. I saw every single structure in America looks like this. Employees, they work right here at the bottom. Entrepreneurs work here at the top. They're at the top of their network. Everybody here has the opportunity to be at the top of their own network. What do you guys think about that? It's a better place to start at the top.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you start at the bottom when you can start at the top? So I saw that we're going to go build networks and build assets instead of being in the network and working for the guy at the top. I also saw that entrepreneurs, if they work 1 hour, like the very first hour I put into this business, and the very first hour, one of the very first hours I put in, I told Jesse about this, and I'll tell you guys Jesse's story in a second, but one of the very first hours I put in this business, I told Jesse about this thing, but I'm also getting paid on that hour forever. So I've gotten paid on that first hour, that second hour, the 100th hour, forever. This hour right now I'll get paid on forever. Seems like a way better way to make money, right? It's like everything you do, you get paid on forever. That's why being an entrepreneur is such a great way to go, live a life and earn income. So after I read this book, I'm like, well, I need to go out there and build a network or build a business. But I mean, how many of you guys in high school had millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars? You didn't. Most of our parents don't have that kind of money. I mean, like 95% of our parents don't have over $100,000 in the bank sitting. So starting a business was really tough. So you know what I did? I said, hey, I'm going to go get creative. You want to go make a lot of money, you got to get creative. This opportunity we're going to talk about with Vehement Verb is a creative opportunity. But I said, I'm going to go get a fake ID. I'm going to go sell alcohol to minors. everybody laughs and everybody knows I did this in high school. I know you guys know I used to buy alcohol for you guys in high school. And what I did was I said, hey, if I have this fake ID and people obviously have demand for alcohol every night, you go out to a party, everybody in high school is trying to get fucked up all the time. So I said, hey, I got this fake ID, I can go build a network. Like go build a network around a service, not a good, but a service. So anytime, JC wanted alcohol, he'd be like, yo, Pat, what's good? Dude, I want to go buy some alcohol. I'd be like, all right, cool, dude. You want Captain Morgan tonight? Awesome, dope, dude. Give me the money for the captain, give me $10 off the top. Like a service fee. So every time I'd go out there and go, buy alcohol for somebody, I'd make $10 doing it. So it seemed like a great opportunity to make money, right? And I had a network. So this is how the network formed. JC would go tell his homeboy Nick that I was the guy to go get alcohol from. He's like, dude, if you want alcohol, quick, just call Comer, dude. Let's go to the liquor store and buy it for you. It's pretty simple. He's got a fake ID. That's what we call word of mouth. So every time JC would tell somebody, all the income would just flow to me. Now JC wouldn't get a check in the mail if he told somebody about my service, right? A lot of you guys are doing that. You guys are talking about brands, products, apparel, ideas, and not getting paid for it. But that's how I built my network. So I got creative. I used to make $600 to $1,000 a month. I used to make a lot of money. I didn't have to go get a job in high school for the most part. So that's how I generate income. I learned how to deal with people, how sales worked, how services work, and how to go build networks, how to be an entrepreneur. So being an entrepreneur, it takes time. You got to get your feet wet. You got to learn the business. You got to just do it and do it and do it and do it. And over time, you'll get better at it. But unfortunately, guys, that's an illegitimate way to run a business, right? Selling alcohol to minors as a minor is completely illegal. And I got caught and almost got thrown in jail, kicked out of high school, almost didn't walk, and then almost couldn't go to college. So life kind of just took a turn right there. So I had to throw that business away. I couldn't do that anymore. But like I said, I learned a lot. So then I went to college and I said, hey, I want to go be a businessman. I want to learn how to run a business. But I learned in college that you're not taught how to run a business. You're learning how to go work for somebody in a business. You're taught how to be an employee in every sense of the word. An employee in the dictionary means slave. It's an acronym. So I didn't want to go do that, but I went to college anyway, so that's what everybody else was doing. Every one of my parents, between my friends' parents, my parents, everybody's telling me, go to school, get your grades, write a resume, get a job. That's the only way to go make money. If you don't go do that, dude, you're going to be poor. You're going to work at McDonald's. So I was kind of like the fear tactics. They use fear tactics a lot. Like my parents were like, dude, you have to go to college. And I didn't really want to, but then I said, I might as well go learn how to be a businessman. That's what everybody else is doing. But if you do what everybody else does, you're going to get what everybody else has. Make sense to you guys?